Namaste friends, welcome to Art and Tarot. Today in Tarot Talk we have a very special guest. His name is Prasad Rangnekar. He's been practicing yoga for the past 36 years and he's been teaching yoga for the past 26 years. So you can see like how experienced he is. Today we will do tarot for him. We will know more about his life, what he does and all. I'm just waiting for him to join in. Namaste.
Namaste.
Prasad Baba, how are you?
Very good, very good. So nice
Yeah, I'm also very glad to see you.
And I am very privileged to be on this platform with you. So thank you for having me here.
Privilege is all mine. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for taking out time for me and
अरे आप बुलाए और हम ना आए ऐसा नहीं हो सकता.
क्या बात है. I was just telling my audience that
yes,
Baba has been into yoga for the past 36 years and he's been teaching yoga for the past 26 years. And Correct. I would like to also tell that me myself have learned yoga from Prasad Baba. He was the one who initiated me into Hatha yoga. So this has also changed a lot inside of me, my journey and everything. So thank you so much for being there, my teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so this is just a small thing, which we have started is, as you know that I do practice tarot and all, and I kind of predict kind of things, using it. So this is the thing which we have started is we invite guests from different backgrounds, and I came, it was this feeling which came, like I should also invite you, and finally it happened. So we'll start with this, please tell us something about yourself and what you do, and our guests should know about it.
I really have not figured out what exactly I do.
Okay.
But I can only say I try to live a simple life. That is the only thing I can say. Yes. My whole attempt in my life is to make my life simpler and simpler and my mind calmer and calmer. That's it. That's my main agenda and my main focus of life. The rest, everything comes and goes, work, money, all followers on Instagram, all this has its own life. But if you ask me what do you do in life, that is my answer. I try to make my life simple and my mind calm.
Okay. So I know, this is something, what probably I'm talking about is something on the outside level, like where people can see what you
professionally. Okay, that's sorry. Well, professionally, you can say I'm a yoga teacher, but we live in times where the term yoga teacher has become equal to exercise trainer. So I don't do things like that. I call myself a yoga educator because I teach yoga not only as an exercise modality, but my view of yoga is that yoga is a holistic science of self-transformation. So for me, yoga is all about self-transformation. It's not just about stretching the body.
It's not just the physical, it goes beyond that. Yes.
Absolutely. And I try to stick to the traditional understanding of yoga, where, like from the Upanishadic times, it has been said that yoga is all about bringing together your mind, your body, your soul, and living in integrity. And this is what we need nowadays, to live in mind-body integrity.
So you think, yoga is one big hope for this humanity at the moment?
I would say if you really understand yoga, it is based on the premise of hope. Like for example, I can just give a simple example, is that one of the main scripture of yoga is Bhagavad-gita. Now, if you see the Bhagavad-gita, in the first chapter of Bhagavad-gita, Arjuna is completely upset, depressed, and has lost hope for whatever reasons,
Yes.
And then you look at the chapter number 18, he's all ready to fight. Yes. So if you see, leaving aside all the wisdom and all the techniques given in those 18 chapters, if we just look at the qualitative transformation of Arjuna from a completely upset and despondent man, soldier, to a very motivated and self-motivated, raring to go kind of a person. That is the trajectory of change of yoga, from hopelessness to full of hope.
Yes. So that's what you actually get when you start this practice, when you start on this path of yoga.
You can start whichever way. I mean, most of the people will start on the path of yoga from the asana point of view. Doesn't matter. What matters is to continue. It is not about
consistency.
Consistency.
Yes.
Like whatever you do, if prayer is yoga for you, do it every day. If meditation, dhyana is yoga for you, do it every day. If asana is yoga for you, do it every day. At least start from somewhere and do it every day, because there can be no yogi without the sadhana.
Yes, I agree. So now in the time of this pandemic, that things have changed a lot. I know you have been traveling a lot earlier. I don't know now that you have been traveling to Europe and other parts of US and all for teaching yoga. But now I guess things have changed. How are you managing it? How are you imparting the knowledge these days?
Well, I'm physically jobless since January 2020. So I have not stepped up. Really, I have not done any physical class. But I guess that's the situation with many people.
Yes.
But then thankfully we live in we live in times where we have internet, and thankfully, at least in urban areas of India, we have to be thankful for that our internet connections, like some of my students in some parts of Europe, they really don't have, like, some who don't live in the urban areas, they have huge problems with internet. They don't even have, some of them just barely have 3G, and then we in Delhi, Bombay, we have such good high-speed connection at such low cost, and that really is an advantage, I believe.
Yes.
So through online, I am doing online courses, like I'm teaching the traditional stuff, like I did a 8-week course on Yoga Sutra, then I did a 10-week course on Bhagavad-gita, things like that. Like I like to teach in chunks rather than classes, but that's my way.
I would also like to tell my audience, that when I was doing the course with Baba, like I've seen him, like he actually also, I've seen him communicating with animals and birds. He can connect with them. He can probably listen to them, what they are saying. Tell us something about that. I've never asked you this, but I got a chance today. I've seen that sensitivity, a lot of sensitivity from your side towards these animals and birds,
Well, to a certain extent, I would say I'm more sensitive towards animals than humans, but just joking. But you see, it's, there's a term used in Bhagavad Gita called samadarshi. Krishna says samadarshi. A yogi is always a samadarshi. Samadarshi means, a street dog is not a street dog for you. It's just another being.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. You don't see that street dog as a dog. And this happens. The more you practice, more you meditate, more, as they say, your heart opens. You don't see, not just that, even the trees, you don't see a tree as this chunk of wood, you see that tree as something alive just like you. And just like you would not mistreat a stranger on the street, you don't mistreat a dog walking on the street. So you just have to connect them as somebody who has rightful existence on this planet, just like us. That little mouse, or the little squirrel, or little crow. We have to do some, like now, because of rains, these pigeons keep coming inside my house. So I have to have some limit, but still not mistreat them. So if you connect from the heart, the whole universe will talk to you. You will never feel.
You're sensitive enough to actually just feel what they are trying to communicate in a way. You can, you know.
I don't know what I am, but I have to say, like if I am standing on the road, then some random dogs will just come to me and just sit at my foot. I don't know why, but it happens. I am not claiming anything. I am not claiming anything, but that is something I have observed, and then they just sit or look, and that's beautiful. I feel that is sweet. Or maybe, they say, forget my sensitivity, maybe the animals are sensitive and they feel that I'm not a threat. And so they come.
The threat towards you.
Yeah, so I don't know about my sensitivity, but I believe more in sensitivity of the animals, that they just come and they sit next to me, and and you treat them nicely. Sometimes you buy a little biscuit for them. And these dogs, cats, and these animals, they're so beautiful, if you look at them as an individual. They have their moods, they have their emotions, and they throw tantrums, and I just get nicely engaged. So somebody, like a few years ago, somebody asked me, so as a yogi, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And when I closed my eyes, the only vision I had was me in the center, and a few dogs and a few cats around. So perhaps that is my vision, nothing else.
I mean, surrounded by beings who love you, who kind of wants to come near you, wants to be a part of you. Also,
that's why humans like to be with animals, because there is a level of unconditionality there. Like if you have a dog, the dog will get excited if you come home. Your wife or your girlfriend or your mother may not get excited, but yeah, like your mom will say, aa gaya ghar pe abhi udhar baith ke TV dekhega, but the dog is always excited to see you, so it feels nice, there's some unconditionality.
I agree. So this is about the dogs and cats and the animals, but I also want to, I've seen you reciting very beautiful Sanskrit mantras, and if I have to ask you, to recite a mantra at this moment, like something which resounds at this hour of what we are going through, what mantra would that be? And we would like to listen from your.
Okay, I will sing one paragraph and then I will explain it to you. Okay?
Yes, please. Yes.
Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu matrurupena sanstita namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu matrurupena sanstita namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Okay, so this is a Devi mantra.
Yes.
And the reason when you said this moment, this is what came to my mind. And this is actually a long mantra from the Purana. But the part that I sang was invoking the goddess as a mother.
Yeah.
And the reason perhaps why this came up in my mind immediately when you asked me is because we are living in a time of deep anxiety. And I feel somewhere that, you know, people going to tarot or coming to yoga is in a way for that hope to come out of anxiety, because last 15-16 months we are all been really shocked. It's really a
Yes.
trauma, and we are still not understanding it. I mean, we are looking at the economic factors, but the mental effect of it is huge, and it's generational, especially with school going kids, you know, small kids.
Yes.
It's a generational trauma that's going to continue for a long time. And I really feel we need to invoke the mother goddess, the Devi Shakti.
Definitely.
So that, you know, just like when a little child is scared, that child runs to the arms of the mother for protection.
Yes.
Now that we are so anxious and scared, you know, people have they don't know if their jobs will be there. I don't know when I will start traveling, you know. People have shut their yoga businesses or their small businesses around the world. So it's all still uncertainty.
Yes.
So we have to somewhere invoke
the
divine goddess, mother, Devi, and just pray to her to protect us, to keep us hopeful. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So just just a question out of the, you know, not really too much out of the context, but you know, when I saw your profile, and the second last post which you posted on the Instagram was, please don't follow me on Instagram. Tell us something about that.
If you see that the the last line of that post was, for me, you are a human person. You are not a code on my Instagram feed.
Yes.
And I want to value the people I know.
Yes.
Yeah. So as my followers, it is my responsibility to let you know what will you get by following me.
Yes.
Like one day somebody asked me, oh, you say you are a yoga teacher, but there is hardly any picture of you in yoga. So I said, that is, yeah, if you go to my Instagram page, you will hardly see me in some pose, you know.
Yeah, because when you go to a yogic profile, you will see all sorts of asanas and
exactly. Like some Insta profiles that I go to, I have to turn my phone upside down because like continuously 20-30 posts are on headstand, you know. So I said, why should I keep my phone up straight? So I turn the phone. So there was this person.
I also feel, you know, like some people, you know, they are just, I mean, they're kind of making fun of it, you know, and they have probably, you know, forgotten, you know, that the reason why they, you know, started on this path, you know, why they started doing the yoga in the first place, you know. I see, you know, you must have come across like many, you know, yoga profiles from like men and women both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually don't follow generally yoga teachers on my profile unless somebody's posts really appeal to me. But I don't follow people. Sorry, but for those who are watching, but if you're just going to show me how you do your asana, I'm not interested. I want some, because you know, maybe I can do it, and maybe I'm really not interested. It's like, you know, like, look, I don't smoke, so why will I go to a page on Instagram which is for the smokers? I'm not interested. That's not my cup of tea, you know. So if you have some solid content, which really contributes to my interests, then I will follow you. Otherwise, I will not. So I want to be honest, it's not that, and that's why I wrote there that the numbers of followers is not helping my self-esteem also. It's not like tomorrow if I have 20,000 followers, I'm going to get a good night's sleep. No. Then I would really buy followers, So at that way, I'm very clear. So then people have to, and I saw few people have left, just dropped out, because sometimes such posts will trigger them, So I have lost, after yesterday's post, I lost a few. Yeah, so good, no? It's like, that's the honesty, They say that, oh, we don't want to follow this guy, so they unfollow. That's okay. 10 followers here and there is not really going to land a nice paratha on my table, so it doesn't.
Okay. And I've also seen some very intense pictures of you in like yogic, like you have meditated with these babas, and in the Himalayan caves and all. And I think you have also followed the Nath Parampara, I guess. So if you could tell us a little bit about it, because it looks it looks scary also, and it also looks very interesting at the same time.
Yeah, when we see these things, we see the glamour, and we see the glamour, like, wow, you meditated in a cave, wow, you lived with sadhu. All this is okay, but what we do, like, so many, like now we had Kumbh Mela, and so many pictures of Naga sadhus and this sadhu, and the whole exotization, making. But we don't understand that it is very, very difficult to be a sadhu.
Yes.
It is very, very, that's why it's called tapasya, and those who do tapasya, they are called tapasvi. So it is not, I just wore orange clothes and I went and wow, it was so cool. No. And and they will see to it, they will not allow you in their parampara or sampradaya lineage if you are not ready for it. If you're not, it's like you will not get admission in IIT JEE unless you give the entrance exam, or you cannot get into army if you pass their physical. It's like that. So for an Insta photo, it's all okay.
Yeah.
It all looks glamorous, and it is glamorous to a certain extent, because all these, it's a different lifestyle, so people like us will feel wow, exotic. But when you actually go and live a life of theirs, it is very difficult in the sense like challenging. So I want to draw attention.
Don't you think, like the people who are connected to you, you should actually, kind of give them this opportunity to create that kind of an environment of, probably taking them there, and, the process which you have gone through, and you can take them also in, and probably let them know what the real thing is,
I tried once, but then
you tried.
Sadly enough, not as a training part, but just to show one of the monasteries where I have lived and studied. I took a group of students, but then when I went there, I realized that the whole monastery had been destroyed because of earthquake, and it was really old. It was a monastery from 13th century. So, and I did not know, because I went there after 3 years, hoping that it is still there. And then I excitedly took my students there. Look, now the monastery will come. Look, now there. Look there. You see the flag. And then I went there, and there was nobody. There was only one pujari in the temple of the monastery, and he had also changed since the last time I was there. So he was like, I don't know. So I just took them around and showed them this. This was our cow shed, and there was a cow. She was my favorite, and all that. And then we came back.
Okay. Okay, so maybe some
But
other
yes,
time
you are
then.
right. You are right.
I mean, just
Maybe.
to give them the real flavor of sadhana,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of things happens in my residential retreats. Like I do meditation teacher trainings. So in the 100-hour meditation teacher training, in that I have like it's a 12-day program, and in that the 5 days is complete silence and things like that, you know. So
Very
they get a
nice.
flavor of it.
Very
So
nice.
either it either makes them fully crazy or makes them fully centered, you know,
Okay.
because
Okay.
silence has that power.
I wanted to, it just came in my mind. I wanted to understand, like, this is one of the word from the Patanjali, you know, which he has used, called samyama. If you could tell us a little bit about it.
See, the term Patanjali uses it as samyama is dhyana, dharana, samadhi together.
Yes. Yes.
Now this is some point that we miss in modern meditation.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. When we say meditation, now if you say I did meditation, most of them think that it is guided meditation.
Yeah.
Right? So there is a second party who will say something and I will follow that sound or whatever, or on YouTube or audio,
Yoga
or
Nidra and all those
nowadays,
things. Yeah.
yeah, and you have apps also now, no?
Yes.
So it is okay. But what happens is, what we understand as meditation nowadays is actually dharana, the whole
Yes.
idea of focusing, not even dhyana.
It's not
Dharana
started
has,
yet even. Yeah.
correct. It's just an effort, you know, it's just training.
Preparing.
Dharana, preparation. So if I have to present dharana in one line, I would say dharana is the attempt to focus the mind on one point. Attempt. And the dharana stage can continue for many, many years, like decades.
Okay.
And then dhyana happens. Dhyana you don't do, dhyana happens. This is a point that we miss in, we means now modern day of teaching. We say ki if we sit with closed eyes, meditation, I am meditating. No. When I sit with closed eyes, I am trying to concentrate.
Yeah.
And then meditation happens. Dhyana is a sthiti.
Yeah.
It is not a kriti.
Yeah.
This is something important. Dhyana is like sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, you brush your teeth, you wear your pajama, you switch off the light, and then you lie down on the bed. This is dharana, concentration.
Yes.
Then the sleep is not in your hand. Sometimes the sleep just comes and you just wake up the next morning. Sometimes the sleep never comes.
Yes.
That sleep happening is dhyana.
Okay.
And a steady happening of sleep or steady happening of dhyana takes you to samadhi. So samyama is all these three. So when Patanjali says if you do samyama on X, you will get this siddhi. If you do samyama on Y, you will get this siddhi. It's not just looking or not just focusing. It is reaching samadhi in that particular variable.
Yes.
Like Patanjali says, if you do samyama on something, you will gain strength equal to so many elephants, you know, that kind of. So that means you have to reach samadhi in that variable, and then that siddhi opens up. And the same with the other, and same with the other, and same with the other. Yeah. So I'm very happy you brought up this point, because this is exactly the point where we are actually missing the point. We think ki आँख बंद करके बैठ गया हो गया. No, it's not like that. It's just a beginning.
Yes. So many people actually, the myth, or you know, like what is happening here for most of us, you know, is that we start the process, but we never even reach the in between. You know, we stop it in just the beginning and things, and we think, you know, the meditation is done and all. Forget about the samadhi and all those things.
That is that because we have been told that दिन के 15 minute करो बस. It's not like that. This is not, that is not meditation.
ये उनके लिए है जो बेचारे 5 मिनट भी नहीं बैठते, 15 मिनट.
Exactly. It's like, when the doctor says 20 minutes exercise every day.
Yes.
It is for those people who don't even walk for 5 minutes every day. Exactly as you said. So correct. But my take on meditation is completely different. For me, meditation is not a standalone activity. For me, meditation is 24/7. Yes. You cannot fool 10 people in the morning and then come in the evening and sit quietly like a Buddha. You cannot expect your mind to do that. Right. And that's why another very important sutra Patanjali talks about is Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tan Nirodha. Yes. So unless and until we practice the Abhyasa and Vairagya, the dhyana is not going to happen.
I agree. You need a certain kind of space.
तुमको ये भी करना है, तुमको वो भी करना है, तुमको ये भी चाहिए, वो भी चाहिए, फिर ध्यान भी चाहिए, नहीं होगा.
I was at, very naturally, you came to this point of Abhyasa and the Vairagya. I wanted to ask you this, I was already thinking about this, that, once, like, few months in a year, I know that you take out time and just go totally quiet, and I've thought of doing it. I can't even do it for one day. So, I mean, the situation is such, the circumstances is such that I have to speak. But when I see you, like you kind of just disappear for like 2-3 months, and it's something which is very beautiful to see, and very inspiring, and probably I'm not inspired enough to like just do it, but I want to do it probably,
keep that intention, keep that intention, and it will happen. वो पकड़ के रखो intention.
Yes. I mean, what I mean to ask is, like, how do you make it possible? Because it is so difficult. Because if you have to do it, you will have to cut all the cords. You will have to cut all the strings, and just go. And
but then it is a trade-off, no?
Yeah.
It is a trade-off. Like, it's like if you have some disease and you get admitted to the doctor, you will tell the doctor, कितना भी पैसा लो लेकिन मुझे ठीक करो.
Yes.
Right? Take whatever money you want, but please make me well. So at that moment you are ready to give any amount of money just for the doctor to save your life.
Yes.
So that famous story of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, no? That man goes to Ramakrishna and says, show me God. So, he says, come tomorrow and come meet me at the river. And then he just shoves his head into the water, right? And you're like, who are you thinking of when you were drowning? I was thinking of my life. No.
Yeah.
So it's like, even at that moment, if you're still thinking of God, only then I can show you God. So, it happens. But you see, everybody is not ready for silence, and that's why we have the whole Bhakti Sampradaya. So we have prayers, we have kirtan, we have bhajan, we have yatra, we have vrata. All these, like for people who are not ready to sit still, there are so many modalities.
Yes.
Walk somewhere as a yatra, just think of God at that time exclusively. It is also a dhyana. Yes. Do 2 hours of kirtan, completely drown yourself in the name of God. That is also dhyana.
Yes.
Right? So if you, then like I said, if you hold on to the intention, one day you will reach. It doesn't have to happen now.
Definitely. Okay. So I can actually go on and on. There are like so many things to ask, but uh, this thing is such that I have to do a little bit of tarot for you. Okay.
Sure, do please.
So we will see what the cards wants to tell us about you. Okay, it will be very interesting because I've never done tarot for you, and today I get this opportunity to do it.
Very good. And I have to tell you, nobody has done tarot for me also. Nobody bothers. So
Today
you are a
you
very
got
brave
trapped.
person. Yeah. No, I would not say trapped.
Wow. Okay. Several messages which are coming. Okay. The first card is the card of the sun, which we also call it the card of enlightenment, card of clarity, card where everything is illuminated, like things are very clear, and it looks that you know about your path, you're walking in the right direction, and the sun is with you. It is showing you the path, and it is helping you, and you have this horse with which you can achieve whatever you're looking for. This is the first message. And the second is you have this very I can say that you are in a stage that whatever you think of, it can instantly happen. It's just that you don't want to manifest it at the moment. So this is the second message. Okay. Third message is someone from some kind of an old memory is coming out. Some kind of a trigger is happening from the old memory, or someone from the past life, or someone from the childhood is calling you, wants to connect with you, or probably you're already connected to that person. This is the sign which it is showing me. And since the cards talk about the subconscious, and these are the messages which I'm giving it to you, and this is for your subconscious, and probably because you are kind of aware of your subconscious, so you will be able to see like what they are pointing towards. Okay. Yeah. So these are the messages for you, and now if you want to ask me anything, you can quickly. We don't have much time.
Okay, I just have one question. Is there a special practice that you do for the tarot to access you? I mean, I don't know much about tarot.
It's a question for me, actually.
Yeah, it's a question for you. That's what you said, no? I mean, I thought you said I should ask you something. Sorry. But it doesn't matter. Both of us are so spontaneous, Yeah, I have to tell your audience that one day Nitin and I, we just said, okay, let's go to Dehradun. We had some work to do. And we just, he is so chill and I am so chill. We're like, kaise jana hai? Bus se? Chalo bus se. And then we go by bus. And then we had to go to a village and we had no idea how to go to that village. So how should we go? Let's hop into a truck. Okay, let's hop. So we hopped into a truck, remember?
Yes.
And then you were standing and just moving.
I was just following you because you know where you are heading. So you are very clear about your path. You have the sun, with you, and it's the sun, the Bhaskar,
Yes. Oh, yes. Anyway, I wanted to ask you, what is it? Do you have a special practice that lets you access the messages of tarot?
So what is happening here, Baba, is that I've been doing it for quite some time now. It's like a 17-year-old practice. So on and off, I keep on doing it. And now what I can see is that I don't know like how it works, okay? But I can see that it just gives me these messages, And many times, a moment happens when kind of what I feel is like the Akashic records, like I access a bit of it, not much. The doors open and it just gets closed, So there are these information which comes in, and I just talk about it. Even while I was talking to you is, that I kind of, disappear. I try to disappear, and I let, you know, the right questions, you know, flow through me, you know. So this is what is happening, and since tarot works on pictures, so things are much clearer. So yes, and combination of different things is happening, and the purpose of tarot is, you know, to help the other, to show them the path, and if they're confused about anything, give them the clarity about that thing. In whatever way, it's a mix of psychology, it's a mix of mysticism, it's a mix of astrology and numerology, all together. It's a spiritual science, I feel, you know, like it's not just for prediction. It can be a very helpful tool for many people, you know. If we are open, then we do receive messages, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Great. So thank you.
Thank you.
Nitin.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
आपने हमारे इंस्टाग्राम में 4 चैनल लगाए. Thank you so much.
I loved talking like this, openly, spontaneously. Okay.
Me too.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, audience, for joining. Thank you so much.